Hi, ladies. Welcome to Cocktails with Nathalie, where I'm always cheersing to your success. So, cheers. Today, I want to actually kind of open up the space and just share a little bit more about my journey of jumping into the luxury affiliate marketing business and then also coaching women as well. So, before I even got into the business, I made a decision. I felt so clearly from God. It was time to leave my corporate job. I really needed to take that leap of faith. And I was moving in a different position with where my business was going, like what I wanted to create with it. And so I left. I only had like about 6 months worth of my 401k, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to replenish it. It's going to be okay. I'm just going to take the leap of faith. So the first, I would say 6 months were, good. I was able to get by. And there was a point where just the business wasn't moving forward. But as I shared in another video, I was in such task oriented mode and hiding behind that I was still scared to really fully step out. So finally, I got to a point where I couldn't pay my rent. I had to move out. I literally had to sell everything. I even had one guy come in and I just gave him a lot of stuff. Like I gave him my mattress. I gave him brand new pots that I pretty much had. I didn't even charge. Like I just gave it. I was just like, okay, God, like I'm going to give this away because I couldn't take all of it. I didn't even have the money for storage. Like I didn't have the money. And for a woman like myself who has, a pride of like, I have this successful career, I'm making money. How could I, leave my corporate job and then go broke? Like it just didn't make sense. And I've read so much women just like everybody else. It's like, oh, I left my career and then I'm this successful entrepreneur. So I thought that was going to be my jam. Like it was just going to work out exactly like that. And it didn't work out that way. So I basically moved out of my place. Everything, like all the cute outfits that I had that I could fit in a suitcase, I put in that suitcase. Everything else went in storage at a friend's house. And that was really it. Like I only had a few shoes and I was like, okay, cool. How can I mix and match these shoes to kind of be, always be dressy, whether it's evening, daytime. So I was really getting practical with my clothing options as well. Cause I was like, I love dressing nice. I love showing that to women. I don't want to look like how I feel. And so I ended up moving in with my cousins and, just really felt a lot of insecurity and self doubt. But I share this story and it just touched my heart to share this with you is because I needed to go through that journey of losing it all. I needed to go through it to really see the pockets and areas of where I was still feeling like I wasn't worthy. I really needed to sit back and be the observer of myself and really see what's coming up. Because now, because I've done a lot of spiritual work, I've done a lot of personal development, I can really look at the pieces and say, my direct situation was a reflection of the thoughts I was having in my head. So in my head, I was like having fears of like, I can't pay my bills. I can't do this. Like, nobody's going to listen to me. Nobody's going to be interested in my blogs. Nobody's going to want to work with me. Like, so many negative thoughts. And so my outside experience was matching what I was feeling. And there was also this self doubt that was going on of like, can I make the type of money that I really want to make? Like, can I be successful in it? For the longest time, and some of you might laugh, but my dream when I was like in high school and then out of college was like, if I could just make 80,000. Now, once you make that, you're just like, oh my gosh, that's nothing, right? Especially if you want to have a family, and especially living here in LA, like that's nothing. But that was my mindset, like, okay, if I could just make 80,000, then like, I'll be set. And I hit that marker and I was like, okay, wait, I need to make more. But I was still kind of like capped at that level. And so when I finally lost it all, it was kind of this reflection of you don't feel like you're worthy of doing it on your own and making the money. You're still stuck in hiding behind other people to reach your success or to reach the financial level that you want to. But you're not playing the big game. And so, like I said, my life, the exterior was matching what was going on, all the self doubt, all the negativity, everything that was going on. So I'm sharing this story because if you're in a position right now where you're seeing, wow, I'm working so hard, I'm hustling to get where I need to, and you're seeing that the outside is not matching what you truly, truly want, and you're seeing that all those negative thoughts are still playing out in your head, and the self-doubt and the criticism and the worthiness, I really ask you to really sit with that and really journal and write down what are the negative thoughts that are coming up for you. Because if you're in a position where you feel like I'm just not getting ahead, or you feel like you're constantly in the chasing mode of like chasing people to sell your product, your service, or just to get out there, you feel like it's just not naturally coming to you, like people aren't really just gravitating to you, then you really want to dial in and like, what is your insecurity around that? Because for me, on a vibrational level, it wasn't working. People weren't drawn to me. They weren't coming to me. Although I had a lot to say, it wasn't coming in the level that I wanted it to, because I had that doubt. I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't feel like I had something to say. I didn't feel like if I had something to say, was it even good enough? And I was constantly in comparison of what other people were doing. I wasn't staying in my lane. And, there's been some powerful people, women, female entrepreneurs that I followed, that the reason why they've reached a level of success is they tune out, they get the blinders on. They really hone in on like, what are my gifts? What am I doing? How do I get to build at that level of worthiness? How do I get to cut out the stories and not pay attention to what everybody else is doing, so I can be in my lane and be great and give out what the universe, God wants me to give out? And so I wanted to share this story of just me reaching what was my bottom, what was reaching my level of just like, wait, this is not the woman I know. I'm a woman who has been able to afford trips and dine out and all these things. And now I take this leap of faith and I'm looking at God like, why isn't it working out for me? And I had to really self-reflect and say, okay, what is your worthiness? My worthiness was that I wasn't worthy of reaching a level of success on my own. I didn't feel like confident in myself. I didn't feel powerful. Although I could spin you a story, like I didn't feel that. And so once again, my outside life of, living on a futon at my cousin's house and, losing it all and just feeling like what just happened, not being able to travel, not being able to like have those things, and really having to then build up my mindset and really start praying and reflecting and journaling and really speaking to myself and saying, I am powerful. I am somebody who has something to say. I am worthy. I am not worried about what everybody else is saying. I'm worried about the people that I get to make an impact on, that I get to speak to, ladies like you who are here today, that I get to speak to. That is what I'm worried about. And so it's really just about bringing your life, your essence, your brand to life, staying in your lane, and really cutting out the noise in our brains, because life is going to give us back exactly what we feel in our heads. And that's exactly what happened to me. It played out exactly. It was a mirror of what I was feeling. Now, other people didn't know that, but in my head, when I really sat with it, I was like, yep, this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense why I'm here, why, feeling like I can't pay my bills, everything, because I was always having this self-doubt of like, I can't do it on my own. So I hope that this story just inspired you. If you're in a place where you're just feeling like, I know I'm supposed to be moving forward, I'm supposed to be higher and further than I am, and I just don't know why the dial's not moving. Every time I try to move forward, it just feels like I'm 7-10 steps behind. I ask you to start journaling. I ask you to start really writing down, what are those thoughts that are going on in your head? How are they causing you to play small? And really just self-reflect. So I wanted to share that with you. Once again, as I always say, I'm always here to support your success, and I'm always cheersing to your continuous success and just sending such good vibes. And I hope that these videos inspire and uplift you to keep pushing forward. All right. Bye, ladies. Take care.